Are Iran and the United States of America on the brink of war? It certainly is tense times, that's for sure. Stay tuned because we have the full details. Hey guys, and welcome back to InformOverload. So it has been a little while since I've seen you guys, hasn't it? I can't even remember the last video I did. For those of you who have forgotten my face, I am your host Rebecca Felgate, sometimes known as the Spice Queen, sometimes as the Sour Cream Queen. Honestly, I don't care for titles, except Queen. That's an important one. Before we get stuck into the video, why don't you guys let me know what country you're from in the comments section down below. Also, why don't you let me know your favourite country that isn't yours. I'm from the UK, but I live in Canada, and my favourite country aside from that is probably Scotland. Why not? If you like our content, then please do like our video and share it with a friend. It makes all of the difference. Also, if you want to check out the links to our stories and all of the sources I've used for this video, they are down there in the description box. Also down there you will find a link to our InformOverload Instagram, where we like posting memes and other things. There's a lot of Charlotte and it is all great stuff. So it's nice to have a little fun with you guys and joke on this channel, but actually this video is no laughing matter. There is serious political tension going on right now between Iran and the United States. Iran has warned that it is, quote, ready for war. So what does this mean? Here's what went down. Iran claimed that an RQ-4 Global Hawk was in their airspace. That's an American spy drone worth $180 million US. Big money. Iran shot it down, angering the United States. The Iranian military commander Hossein Salami stated that his men are quote unquote ready for war. The United States have labelled the shooting as an unprovoked attack, and they fear that should the Iranian government intercept the drone, they would have a lot of secret information on their hands that they don't want to share. The main issue in question here is whether or not the spy drone was actually in Iranian airspace. The United States or any other country is not allowed to send spy aircraft into other countries' airspaces. It is just not legit. I know in the UK oftentimes there have been Russian planes in our airspace and we scramble together planes to escort them out. Do things accidentally end up in airspaces, or is it a planned dive in? The United States say that the plane was firmly, absolutely not in Iranian airspace, but Iran's propaganda media outlet, the Islamic Republic News Agency, have published a photo of the so-called burning aircraft falling from the sky in Karabakh. Critics have responded, claiming that actually the image is absolutely fake news. They say that the image was taken 2 years ago in Yemen and is being repurposed for propaganda. Further confusion has come in the actual spy plane itself. Iran claimed it was an RQ-4 Global Hawk, but the United States have said that it was a Navy MQ-4C Triton. What does that mean? To you and me, not much, but the difference actually does mean something to the States. It is thought that the drone aircraft could have been shot down at 56,000 feet by an Iranian-operated Russian radar-guided missile. Yes, I did just drop the R-bomb. I'm glad you're paying attention. We will get back to Russia soon, but more on this story. So Iran has the most powerful military in the Middle East. Salami, the head of the Revolutionary Guard, has said that any enemy that violates its borders will be, again, I quote, annihilated. Which, He also said that Iran will respond to all foreign aggression and their reaction will be categorically absolute. But of course the United States are saying that there was no aggression and they didn't fly into the airspace. The incident comes after drama in the Middle Eastern waterway of the Gulf. Now President Trump claimed that on June the 13th, Iran hit 2 oil tankers, which is something that even his critics are agreeing with. Trump has been claiming for a while that Iran wants to attack Americans in the Middle East. Even German Chancellor Angela Merkel, who is not very keen on the president at all, has backed him up on this one. She claims that actually there is strong evidence that Iran is behind the attacks, but again, it hasn't been proven. Recently, the president was asked in an interview with Time magazine about whether or not he was considering military action against Iran, and he diverged on the question. He didn't want to answer it at this time, really. The issue is that the shipping route is actually very important for keeping oil coming into the States. It is thought that Iran are very aware of the importance of oil for the States, and they could want to hit the country where it hurts, which is is its total and utter dependence on fuel. So let's get back to the R word then, shall we? Russia and Iran are strategic allies and also military allies in Syria and Iraq. Russia has recently accused the United States of trying to provoke war with Iran, but global analysts are saying that the real winner of any kind of United States and Irani beef would be the Kremlin itself. When the words tension, oil, United States, Russia and Middle East are all mentioned in the same sentence, you know what? It's a sign that things could get a bit nasty. Back to Iran though, it is suspected that Iran has been developing nuclear weapons again. At the moment, only 9 countries have nukes: the US, Russia, the UK, France, China, India, Pakistan and illegally North Korea. Iran is fighting for the right to have them too, which has previously caused sanctions from the United States. In 2015, the US led successful negotiations with Iran to dismantle their nuclear weapon capabilities. When Iran fulfilled their end of the bargain, the sanctions were lifted. Now the Trump administration has actually reimposed those sanctions. They did so in 2018, which has caused further tension. Are the attacks as a result of the sanctions? That's what a lot of people are asking. Iran and the United States have not had formal diplomatic relations since 1980, and aside from Russia, who have a vested interest in Iran and the whole area, the only country really protecting Iran is Pakistan. Relations between the US and Iran have been majorly cooling over a period of 40 years. Following 9/11, George W. Bush even stoked the fire by listing Iran in his axis of evil. They didn't like that. Right now, it seems like Iran and the United States are in a standoff, and the wider-reaching implications make things pretty tense indeed. In times of crises, it's always great to turn to the President of the United States Twitter account. Why? Because he tends to provide the world with pithy one-line reactions. So, what does the President have to say? Well, breaking it to you right now, just 30 minutes ago before I recorded this video, he wrote, and I quote, "Iran made a very big mistake." Oh, and that was it. Now his words come after a tweet in May 2019 where he said, "If Iran wants to fight, that will be the official end of Iran. Never threaten the United States again." Wow, that is absolute fight talk from the president there, which is pretty worrying for everyone. Curiously though, it seems that in 2013, Trump tweeted that he thought President Obama will attack Iran because of his, quote, inability to negotiate. Obama did actually end up leading a period of peacetime with Iran in 2015, so let's hope that the 45th President of the United States is able to keep his cool in the face of provocation. Also, let's hope that the Irani President Hassan Rouhani is able to keep his cool and get his military to back off. It certainly seems like from recent interviews he has a cooler head than the military leader Salami. Rouhani made a live broadcast earlier this week addressing fears that the nation would go to war with America. He said, "Iran will not wage war against any nation. Those facing us are a group of politicians with little experience." But, just when you're breathing a sigh of relief, Iran also has a supreme leader as well as a president, which is where things get super confusing and sketchy. The US seemingly offed Iran's last democratically elected leader, and now they have supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He actually seems to be opposed to negotiating with Trump. He said, "I do not see Trump as worthy of any message exchange," which is pretty awkward because if people don't talk, literally, this is how wars are started. That being said, it does seem like neither Iran nor the United States want war. Iran because the US is insanely powerful as a worldwide superpower, and they do have the ability to wound them very deeply and maybe even eradicate them. The United States don't want war because Iran is a key chess piece in the ongoing game of oil, a piece seemingly played very well by Russia. So what exactly is gonna happen? How can this stalemate be overcome? Guys, what an episode of I.O. I feel like I've got to know the situation a whole lot better here, but as ever, politics, especially when it comes to the Middle East and the West, especially when it involves other countries too, is always going to be exceptionally complicated. I always encourage you to read around the topic and don't just take my word for it. The question remains to be answered as to whether or not the US spy drone was in the Iranian airspace. If it wasn't, why did Iran shoot it down? If it was, why is the United States provoking the country? Did Iran blow up the oil tankers? And if so, was it on the direction of Russia? If so, what would that mean? Also, where does China stand in all of this? Iran is also bordering some pretty volatile countries, so there are a lot of other players in this boxing ring. Further questions are, how can this tension be solved? Do you think that Trump will successfully negotiate peace in the Gulf? If so, honestly, I'd say hats off to him. What an intense video. I would absolutely love your thoughts. Do you have any further insights? Do you think the United States and Iran are going to go to war? Who do you think would win? I actually kind of feel like in wars there are never any winners ever. Do you think it was fair to shoot down the spy plane if it was in Iranian airspace? Because what exactly would the United States do if there was a spy plane over their country? If Iran are lying, then why? Goodness me, this I.O. has actually felt a lot like an episode of Life's Biggest Questions, where Charlotte and I are also both hosts, so if you're into politics and discussion like this, then I'd say check it out. Also, do let me know if you like these longer form I.O. videos where we really get stuck into a topic. It's really great to be able to research something and give you a much wider story, so please do let me know. Also, don't forget to let me know what country you come from and what your favourite other country is out there. I've got a lot of love for Canada, I've got a lot of love for Scotland. I think I've got a lot of love for a lot of countries. I'd like to go to Japan next. Anyway guys, I feel like it's time to wrap up this video. Once again, please do leave a thumbs up. If you want to do some further reading around the issue and the story, then do check out our sources in the description box. Also, head on over to the I.O. Instagram. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!